I'm Gary Bunzer, the RV Doctor. The innovative leader of satellite systems, King, welcomes you to this informational video all about the King Rover, an automatic roof-mounted satellite system for all DirecTV, Dish, and Bell TV subscribers. The iconic King Rover antenna, the familiar dome protecting the automatic positioning satellite antenna system within, is designed to be permanently mounted on the roof of any RV. Outfitted with 2 coax cable ports, the King Rover can be configured with 2 separate receivers. This provides the capability of watching 2 televisions with independent channel viewing. The King Rover kit comes complete with the antenna, plus a controller and power supply, 2 sections of coax cable, dielectric grease packet, a quick reference guide, and a cable entry cover for the roof. Always be sure to read the installation instructions thoroughly before setting up the antenna. Mounting the antenna and routing the cables to their respective receivers is accomplished with common hand tools. But if you don't feel comfortable installing the antenna yourself, simply contact your local RV service facility. They'll be more than able to install it for you. Okay, let's head out to the shop and install this King antenna. First, be sure the roof is clean and free from debris. The King antenna requires a 28-inch diameter mounting location, and it must be placed on the center line of the roof of the RV, equal distance from either side of the RV. For best results, choose a flat location as close to the primary receiver as possible. Be sure to avoid any roof obstructions like storage pods or air conditioners. Position the dome with the coax ports facing to the rear of the coach. If you're in doubt about how close the antenna can be mounted to the rooftop air conditioner, be sure to check out the detailed installation instructions just to be sure. Once the antenna is positioned in the correct mounting location, double check its positioning by measuring the distance from the mounting feet to the sides of the RV. The distance should be the same from each foot to each side of the RV. Since our roof here is relatively flat, this is a good location, but if the roof of the RV had any angle to it, it may be necessary to find a better spot. After determining the type of roofing surface and how the roof is constructed, apply an appropriate sealant to the bottom of the mounting feet and secure the antenna to the roof using the correct type of mounting screws appropriate for that roof. In most cases, simple screws will suffice, but it's vital to determine which mounting hardware and which sealant to use based on the construction of the roof itself. Double check the antenna mounting by pulling up slightly on the unit to be sure it's secure. Apply sealant over the heads of the mounting screws to ensure a leak-proof attachment. Remember, it's the installer who's ultimately responsible to make sure that all the mounting locations don't leak. Using the included dielectric grease, pack the ends of the coax and connect the cable that will be routed to the main receiver to the connection marked main. When taking advantage of a second receiver, pack the other cable end with grease and attach it to the connection labeled aux. This cable will be routed directly to that second receiver. Take care not to over-tighten coax connections. Just snug should suffice. Next, determine where the cable to the main receiver will enter the coach. There's a nifty cable entry cover included in the kit. Route the cable over to the edge of the coach and secure it every 12 to 18 inches along its path to the entry point in the roof. Remember, it's the installer's responsibility to make sure every roof penetration is properly sealed against water entry. Do the same for the aux cable that will be routed to the second receiver if so equipped. Once you're sure there's no leaks around any of the screws you've installed, you've taken off the protective cover off the dome, let's head downstairs inside the coach and let's finish up the installation. Once you find the coax you fed down through the roof, the next task is to route it over to the compartment where the main receiver is located. For Dish subscribers, King recommends certain models of receivers. Be sure to refer to the installation instructions for those recommended model numbers. Find a suitable location for the powered controller. It will require plugging in to a 120 volt AC receptacle. There's usually room near the main receiver. Connect the main coax from the antenna to the connection marked antenna at the back of the controller. The short section of coax runs from the controller over to the satellite in port on the main receiver.
If you're a Canadian RVer and want to take advantage of the Dish pay-as-you-go service when traveling in the U.S., the Rover can be easily reconfigured at the controller inside the coach. The good news is that this is a one-time only procedure. Simply follow the detailed instructions that came with your antenna for your specific receiver.
To begin using the Rover, press the power button on the controller. If the unit is operating properly, the coax connection light should remain on after a few seconds, and all other lights should turn off.
Now I've already turned on the television. Now I need to power up the receiver. And then I also need to press and hold the scan button on the controller for about 3 seconds.
When scan is complete, the appropriate lights will be illuminated to show which satellites were actually located during the scan. Each of these lamps indicates a specific satellite. See the satellite found chart in the owner's manual.
After the program guide downloads, simply select the desired channel. Keep in mind, a new scan is required every time the RV is moved to a new location.
If the coach has 2 receivers, route the aux cable to the rear of the second receiver, but do not connect it yet.
Just remember, the programming available to the second receiver is determined by the satellite chosen by the main receiver. To keep all the moving parts inside the antenna lubricated and in good working order, it's best to run through its setup procedures about once every 3 months. Other than that, there are no specific maintenance requirements. Just keep the antenna clean by hand washing with mild soap and water.
Interference or picture freeze-up can be caused by rain or heavy dew. This loss of the satellite signal is called rain fade. To eliminate or minimize the effect of rain fade, periodically apply Dome Magic.
This helps prevent moisture from sticking to the dome, eliminating its signal blocking effect.
The King Rover automatic satellite system is designed to work with standard definition from DirecTV and standard and high definition satellite television broadcasts from Dish and Bell. Dual tuner receivers or receivers with built-in recorders are not recommended when using Dish or Bell service. They will not have full functionality when used with the Rover antenna. Local channels may not be available when traveling outside the home area. If you have any questions regarding the King Rover, feel free to contact a local dealer or call King at 952-922-6889.
So on behalf of King, I'm Gary Bunzer, the RV Doctor. Thanks for watching.